Hey guys, welcome back to ATL Skills Development. Today we're going to be talking about self-management skills. So as I had previously said, I have learned numerous self-management skills before my personal projects, and I have learned some during the personal project as well. I am going to be telling you about which ones I have learned before, which ones I have learned during, and why I have learned them. So let's start off with the ones I had learned before. So the first one is set stimulating and realistic goals. So this is a very important skill needed to be developed. If you cannot set stimulating and realistic goals, your goals are not going to have any meaning. Your goals have to be stimulating because if they are too easy or too hard, you're not going to want to do them. And they have to be realistic, of course. If they are too hard, like swimming 100 meters in 5 seconds, that is not possible. And so it needs to be realistic enough that you can actually do it, but it also has to be stimulating that it is not so easy to do. Next, it is to select and use technologies efficiently and productively. So we can select any sort of technology, a computer, a phone, but to use them efficiently and productively is what we must do. Let's say you select a technology to work on and you select your phone. That is not the most efficient technology that you can choose to work on because of course there's social media and there are many other things that can distract you on your phone. However, if you chose your laptop to work, then you are selecting the right sort of technology. Because you are choosing a laptop to work, you can increase your efficiency as well as your productivity. And that is why it is important for you to have this skill. Finally, implement strategies to not be distracted. Let's say I'm talking right now and something happens over there, for example. I might get distracted and I might not focus on what I'm saying. But if we develop this skill, we can manage ourselves and we can develop strategies to not get distracted. If we are able to concentrate on the project and on the goal that we have, we are going to get even better results than if we did not concentrate. That is why it is important for us to implement strategies to not be distracted. Let's move on to the skills that I learned during my personal project. Firstly, plan work in short and long term. Meet deadlines. So we've all had work to do, some sort of work, and we all have deadlines. Whether it's school, whether it's chores, we all have deadlines. And we need to plan our work in short and long term so that we don't hinder ourselves from the goal. Let's say you have to finish an assignment in 2 days. You have to plan the work accordingly. Let's say it's an extended essay that you have to write. You need to plan the work accordingly so that you know exactly what you're doing, so that you don't lose any time. This is why this skill is very important. Second, use and maintain a weekly schedule for work. So we all have work. And just like I told you about the first skill, we need to plan that work. So using a weekly schedule, using it and maintaining it is very important when developing self-management skills. This allows you to understand what you want to do in life and why you are doing it. Let's say you need to finish a couple of chores to get an amount of money that you want to spend on the weekend. Because you have your plan that you want to finish it on by the weekend, you have to maintain a weekly schedule for you to do that much work so that you will get whatever you want at the end of the week. Second, use and maintain a weekly schedule. This one is self-explanatory. You need to maintain a weekly schedule if you want to do your work properly. Let's say you have a task to do, something like writing a poem. You need to maintain a weekly schedule of first planning, then drafting, then editing, and finally publishing in the whole week. Thirdly, practice analyzing and explaining the causes of failure. So everyone has failed. That's a common occurrence among human beings. But it's not a common occurrence for people to practice analyzing and explaining why they failed. Let's say you failed at a certain task. For example, you did not write your essay properly and you lost marks because of that. You failed. That should not set you back. You should use that as a catalyst to understand what went wrong and how you can improve it. Let's say that in the essay you forgot to add the amount of words that were asked for. You can analyze that and explain so that the next time you know that you have to add those number of words so that you can help yourself in the future. Fourthly, learn to bounce back after trials, mistakes, and failures. As I said before, we all fail, we all make mistakes, and we all have trials that don't go well. This is why we must bounce back. For me, in my personal project, I made numerous potable water systems that did not work out, such as activated charcoal and ceramic. I had to bounce back because if I did not, I would not have succeeded in my project. You need to be able to come back from where you are because the only way to go from bottom is up. And so once you bounce back, you will have the power to do something better, something newer, something that's going to help you even more. Fifthly, keep a journal to record your thoughts. So, of course, in our personal project, we use the journal to plan our thoughts and to write down the necessary information. This can be used for the same cause in real life. Let's say you have an idea to write a story, but your idea is not clear enough. And as you are sitting daily, you get ideas and stuff, but you don't always recollect those ideas unless they're excellent ideas. This is why when you write them down in a journal or something, you are able to come back to it and develop it even more. Let's say you have about 15 ideas on average about that story every day. If you combine those ideas, you're going to have at least 50 ideas to work with by the end of the week. And this will help you because then you can develop your story even better and understand how to go with it. Finally, reflect on the content. Reflecting on the content, as the name suggests, is just to go back to see what you did and to understand how it will help you and ask any questions about it. Like I have just told you about all the skills I had before and the ones I've learned. Now to reflect on the content, I could say that these skills are important for you because self-management skills help you to maintain your own composure and maintain how you're supposed to be in an area. Let's say you cannot manage yourself. That's going to be a big problem for you. You won't know what to do and when to do it. Self-management skills will help you develop those key competencies in life that you need to succeed. Like I have just done, I have reflected on the contents. This is an important skill to possess because if you cannot reflect on the content, you are not going to be able to understand what you have done. Let's say you just finished a science experiment on photosynthesis, for example. You have done the experiment, but now you need to reflect on the content so that you properly understand what you have done, so that you can interpret the data that you found from it. That's all from here. I hope you understand, and I hope these skills are going to help you in your life. Thank you and see you next time.